Here's how to play Something in the Orange by Zach Bryan with just 5 easy chords.
It'll be fine by dusk light, I'm telling you, baby. These things eat at your bones, they drive your young mind crazy. But when you place your head between my collar and jaw, I don't know much, but there's no weight at all. And I'm damned if I do, and I'm damned if I don't. 'Cause if I tell you I miss you, I know that you won't. But I missed you in the morning when I see the sun. Something in the orange tells me when I'm done. To you, I'm just a man. To me, you're all I am. Where the hell am I supposed to go? I poison myself again. Something in the orange tells me you're never coming home. If you leave today, I'll just stare right away. The orange touches all things around. The grass trees are new. Oh, how I just hate you. Please turn those headlights around. Please turn those headlights around.
The 5 chords you're going to need are E minor 7, this version of D, G, normal D, and C. And for most of the song, you're going to use this strumming pattern. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, which is counted in 6s and sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you can break the song into 4 simple sections, starting with the intro on E minor 7 and our strumming pattern, which includes this cool riff of taking the 3rd fret on the low E string and then sliding it up to the 7th fret and then letting go to that open string, which looks a little something like this. This leads you to the G chord, which you play a few rounds of the strumming pattern on. Then you do a similar riff, but this time on the A string 7th fret, where you play 7, then 5, and then this open A string, which might look something like this. And as you can see, that leads you back to the E minor 7 chord where you can start the verse. The verse just cycles the chords in this order, starting with E minor 7, then D over F sharp, and G. And then you basically strum through those 3 chords backwards, starting with the G, which if you counted was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then switch to D over F sharp, and now end on E minor 7, where you can open up that palm mute and go back to the original strum. So altogether, here's what the verse sounds like. With this style of music, it's really common to do those hammer-ons in any of those chords that you're playing. And when I listen to the different versions of the song, I can hear Zach Bryan lifting his 1st finger on the G chord sometimes and hammering it on to the 2nd fret while he's playing the G. Doing the same on the E minor 7 with the middle finger, lifting it up and hammering it back on. Of course, with the C chord in the middle finger, lifting it up and hammering it back on. And by doing this throughout the song, you can create more of a sense of movement and emotion within these chords. So it could be a good idea to try to add those in. If you do, it could look something like this. That's all you need for the verse. The 3rd section of the song is the chorus, which again is just the same strumming pattern, but with these chords in this order, starting with C, G, D, and then E minor 7. And you do that twice. Final section of the song that you'll need to know, I might call an interlude. It's just that bit that's in between the verses and the chorus, and there's just a little custom picking pattern that you can do starting on the C chord. is adding a little riff on the C chord where you play your strumming pattern once, stopping on the up, and do a little hammer-on coming in from the open string of the D, and then hammering your finger on just using the strength of this finger to tap out the note that it was already on for the C chord. So 0 hammers onto 2, then you let go again and play the open string note on D, and then as you're on your way to the G chord, you can let go and play the open A string. So it's like open hammer 2, then let go, and this open A string, which leads you to G. You do something similar on the D chord where you can play down, up, and then you're gonna do this custom riff, which sometimes I hear as a hammer-on from 2 on the G string to 4 on the G string, and then back to 2, and then letting go to the open string. But I also hear when I listen to the Z and E version of this song, this little slide from 2 to 4, then back to 2 and 0. You can do it either way, but it should look something like this. Either way. This leads you to the E minor 7 chord. Now the interlude does this custom pattern of chords twice in a row, and on the second time through, the riff that you do on the C chord, if you're being really picky, instead of playing it on the open D string, letting go and then going down to this open A, you do exactly the same riff but on the next set of strings down. So it's like the open string of G with a hammer onto 2, a let go to open G, and then the open D string. So it's just down a string, everything else is the same. Stays the same. When you get to the final chorus of the song, you can play the chorus chords, but just give it a single strum for emotional impact and play them in the same order. And then when you finally get to the end of the song, he plays D and then E minor 7 twice in a row instead of just the simple once. That's everything you need to play this song. Let's put all of those pieces together and do a final playthrough to make sure that you can keep up with everything throughout all of the sections of the song. That's everything you need to play this song. And you can check out my original folk music with the link in my profile. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you for the next one.